So I wanted to make this video to tell a story of a man I met, and and the topic of family. I really want this to be just on the topic of family and this man I met. So the word family has always been very not really binded to anything. It's non-binary to me. I feel like family can be anybody. I think family is those who choose to be in your life and those who choose to be around you, those who choose you regardless of anything, those who choose you, and I really believe that. Family is those who choose you, and you don't have to beg for them. You don't have to beg them to be there for you. They're just naturally there. And that is who I choose to say who my family is. My family is those who choose me. And so this man I met, the man I'm going into. So I met this man in Providence. So I was living with my boyfriend in Boston. We used to break up, make up, blah, blah, blah. And I used to fly back from Providence. Providence is in about an hour or two from Boston. So I would go to Providence, then to Denver, because it was cheaper. So I would do that. And I met this family one time I was coming back. And I was in an Uber. This guy took me, he was taking me from the Uber to this Wendy's I was going to, because I was going to go do something. So I wasn't going to the airport because I was just going to find something to do in the meantime until my flight left. So anyway, this guy and me started talking in this Uber, and he was just like, oh, he got on the phone with his girlfriend. Oh, he's from Denver, he told me. And I guess this man, he took me into his home. And, because he dropped me off at that Wendy's, and he came back, and he was looking for me. He came back and was looking for me, and he took me to his home, and I met his wife, I met his kids, I sat down and had a hookah. She's like, you smoked a hookah? And she got it out, and I started smoking the hookah with her, and me and her daughter went and got pizza. We came back, and it was just, we started drinking wine, me and his wife, and me and his wife really hit it off. She was just really cool. I'm gay, by the way, so I wasn't hitting on her, but his wife was really, really, really just phenomenal. And they took me in, they told me if I needed a place to stay. I slept there overnight, and then he took me and flew me out for free. And this man told me this story on the way to the airport. He literally was gonna die a few months back. He was going into so there was this girl who donated her liver, and New Year's that day, me and my partner were in Boston. We saw where the girl, she was a teenage girl, she got hit, and she had a bike for her. It was a white bike, and it was locked to the sign. And she basically gave the transplant to the guy who took me to the airport. And he told me that we tied it all together, and we're like, wow, that's crazy. And he told me some of this before when I went to his house, and I got to know who he was. Random stranger. I was 21, random stranger. He was like 40, 50. He could have probably killed me, who knows, or whatever. But I trusted in this man and his family, and they became my family. They became part of me, and I will always love those people. I think family is those who choose you, even if they don't know who you are, even if they don't even know anything about you, and they trust you because they can feel your spirit. They can feel your vibe. Human beings can feel somebody's spirit and vibe, and I felt their spirits, and it was a awakening moment for me, because I was just leaving my partner, my boyfriend, who we were getting a fight, and I was moving back to Denver, Colorado, and he was in Boston, and I was moving back, and I was moving back because I wasn't feeling welcome there. So I came back, and I met a family in Providence where I was, gonna do something. I was gonna sleep with somebody, but I chose not. That guy came in and swept it away, and the fact that he diverted me from that, and it was God. It was really God, I think, brought me that, and I really believe that God speaks through people, and that must have been a higher being there, because he guided me into the right direction. And he told me that Denver was actually, he told me when he was dropping me off, literally, they picked as a family, they put the name of every single state and city they wanted to visit. Denver, Colorado was on it. And he said one day they're going to pick that and they're going to come here and I'm going to give them a place to stay and they're going to see Denver and I'm going to show them Denver. And, you know, it's just, that's how it worked out. So to me, family is something that, you know, family is what you make of it. Family isn't always blood. I think blood can be watered down. They say blood is blood. I think that's kind of a narrowly sided saying because, you know, family fights, some people don't see each other for years. It's just how the world is, and you got to be honest. Strangers can be more family than blood, and I think that's quite sad. I think, you know, I think, especially in the world now, I think the world is just so used to fuck them, you know, just easily cut people off and stop talking to them. And, you know, if a stranger can bring you in, why can't your own family? Why can't your own blood? And I think it's sad how it is now, you know, but that's just the way it is. But that was an amazing story I told you of some first-hand account of some crazy shit that I experienced this past few years. I was living in Boston and I came back and that happened, and that's the end of this video, and I hope you guys enjoyed it. Yeah.